Zanele, let's speak a little bit about that very pesky and very real education inflation rate. It's at 10% this year, so we know that we're going to be putting away more and more and more year on year for our child's education. Now, speak to us a little bit about unit trusts, because those are often touted as the answer, because once you put that money in, you may get back some of that 10% in the form of interest. Is this correct?
That's correct. As you mentioned, Jerusha, the education inflation rate is actually above our normal inflation rate. And what has been predicted is that in the coming year, it's actually going to go up by 9 to 10%. So unit trusts are one of the best vehicles to put your money in, because the primary focus of unit trust is to beat the inflation rate. So you would find most funds actually look at CPI, which is your inflation, plus a certain percentage. So for example, it could be inflation rate plus 2% growth expected in a particular unit trust investment.
But Zanele, are there risks to putting your money into a unit trust?
Just like everything else, there are definitely risks, but it also depends on the type of investor. What unit trust allows you to do is, if you're a conservative investor, you can put your money in money market, or you can put your money in bonds. But most unit trusts are linked to equities, which are high risk, which is what also promises a possible high investment return. So there are risks associated with unit trusts, but if you're a client who does not like to take risks, you can also put it in a more conservative portfolio.
Let's talk about those more adventurous portfolios, let's call it that, for parents who are willing to take the risk. Is it possible that a parent would be able to get back that 10% year on year, or is that just something that is setting our sights slightly too high?
Jerusha, what's important for parents to understand is that for unit trusts, it is not guaranteed that you will definitely get inflation plus 2%, okay? Because it is controlled by market conditions. So the risk is actually higher because the markets determine what the return will be. So that's where the risk is. So if you are going to invest in unit trusts, it's always advisable that you leave your money for a longer term, so that if things don't go well, you at least have enough time to recover and make more money out of that.
I think the real message that we're getting from what you're saying, Zanele, is forward planning and forward thinking. Your child's education starter fund needs to begin when your child is relatively young.
Yes, absolutely. And like you said, Jerusha, it's always advisable to start very early. When your child, even before your child starts preschool, in actual essence, we always say as soon as your child is born, you should start investing for your child's education. Because remember, we're talking more than 12 years up to high school because of the preschool education.